obviously Bradley has Raw Gear. And he was talking about how he got screwed over in his Raw Gear company. And I'm willing to bet, I'd be willing to bet it's YoungLA. Welcome back to the Rift Unscripted. Today I wanted to touch on YoungLA. All right, YoungLA is a gym clothing brand that really, I think it's only been like 2 years old. Right? Maybe, like, really and truly, I think it's only 2 years. And it is now, I think, overtaking Gymshark. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's on track to overtake Gymshark. And
I feel like it's got to be at least more than 2. I feel like time's like flies by. We don't think about it.
Maybe 3. It's
like,
not 5 years.
No. I bet it's 3 or 4 though.
Okay. Well,
still newer though.
It is. It's newer, and the rise that it has had, meteoric rise that it has had, is absolutely insane. Like, the growth is ridiculous. And I heard something the other day. I don't know if it's true or not or whatever, but I think I might have connected some dots. And I don't do you watch Bradley Martyn's podcast at all?
No.
Okay. I mean, I don't watch much either, but he had that Patrick Bet-David on the other day. And so I was listening to him, and Bradley was talking about, because obviously Bradley has Raw Gear.
Yeah.
Right? And he was talking about how he got screwed over in his Raw Gear company. And I'm willing to bet, because he actually said, he's like, this company screwed me over, took a bunch of my stuff, copied my designs, and now they have their own. They're doing very well. And I just kind of been left with the pieces.
Yeah. I'd
be willing to bet it's YoungLA. And because I know they've had beef in the past, YoungLA and Raw Gear. And not that I'm like, I'm not a big follower of anything. In fact, I'm TLF. Like, I've been with them for a little bit now. And, they're not even in the picture. But when it comes to, like, these gym sponsors, and, like, a lot of people want to be that, like, that athlete, like the Gymshark athlete.
You think they actually took his designs and stuff, or do you think, like, because Alex Eubank used to be Raw Gear,
yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he went to YoungLA.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they took his designs, because how would they have his designs, or if maybe he had mentioned something to Alex one time about a cool shirt, and then Alex ended up going over there, and then something small, then he kind of blew it up. I wonder how big of a deal it actually was. How much he really got. I didn't watch the Bet-David interview, so I don't know what all he said. But
yeah, he was talking about 2016, 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before YoungLA was even the company.
Yeah.
And he was saying how they were they were getting data from Raw Gear, and they were keeping that data for themselves and building a business off of Raw Gear, knowing good and well that they were going to take his information and go build their own company out of it. They were just going to they were screwing him over, basically.
Is it illegal what they did, or just unethical?
No, it's just not. Yeah, it's just unethical. No, it's not illegal. I mean, it's good business model, I
Yeah.
guess. If you talk about capitalism, no, it's just unethical.
Yeah.
You're just screwing over another person.
Yeah.
But they had a meteoric rise, right? There's a reason why they've blown up so fast. And now, I mean, Gymshark's going to be top, right? Really, you have Lulu. Well, I guess maybe Nike. Nike's probably top. Then Under Armour. Then Lulu. Then Gymshark. And then YoungLA.
You think Gymshark's still above Young? I guess as an overall brand, I see it more as the YouTube fitness brands or the influencer. I think YoungLA is definitely top of that.
100%.
Because Nike's not even a part of that conversation.
Yeah.
Neither is Lulu.
No, I'm talking about revenue, money being made.
Yeah.
Yeah, YoungLA, they're moving up the ranks to the amount of revenue. YoungLA, though, I'm with you. Gymshark, they're trying to get back in the game, though. They started getting some athletes that are in that.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about vloggers, or people who drive the most sales, which are people who have a relationship with their audience members, that's going to be YoungLA by far.
How does that work, by the way? How does Alex Eubank, he's still YoungLA?
Mm-hmm.
But didn't he start his own thing?
Yeah.
Ethereum or not Ethereum? No.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah, he started Ethereum. What's it called? Like Ethereum or something?
Elysium.
Elysium or Elysium?
Elysium.
Something like that.
Elysium.
But they're just okay with him starting his own thing, and
yeah, because it's kind of like one of those like you're not a competitor until you're big enough to become a competitor.
when you're Alex Eubank, though, I feel like they might view you as a competitor kind of early on, especially if they're promoting you. And
obviously not. Like,
I don't
Alex
know
Eubank still brings in money for him,
Yeah.
like a lot of money for him. So they're like, yeah, you're not a competitor. You're literally bringing us in money.
Yeah.
And like, we understand you're starting your own deal. Now, if Alex said, I'm not going to be promoting you guys at all, I'm just going to do my own brand,
Yeah.
then they would, it'd probably be a competitor, and then they would kill him. Alex is smart doing both. He's like, yeah, I'm going to help you guys out. And
then they'd kill him.
I'm talking about, as in like, they would put him out of business. They would, they would start to slander.
They'd kill him, they'd slaughter him, they'd cut his head off.
Slander. Okay, I'm talking business-wise. Business is ruthless, dude. Business ultimately comes down to, like, nowadays, we talked about, where we have in the past, in one of our previous podcasts, we talked about Alexander the Great, right? 23 years old, went and conquered the world. Yeah. Right? He killed a lot of people, slaughtered, cut heads off, right? Nowadays, you don't do that, right? In order to gain power, you don't slaughter.
I mean, at least in the United States.
I think but it's mostly modern world, right? Nowadays, and it's not like Alexander, he would go do that to rule more land, own more real estate. Nowadays, that's not what equates to more power. It's money, business.
Yeah. And
so the modern day, ruthless killers, like Alexander the Great, the rulers, like Genghis Khan, that's like Bezos, like Musk. Like those top guys, they are ruthless. Like once you get into this deeper, like the more money you make, the more you realize like how separated or how a human life is passed over almost. Like we talked about this before with Apple, right? When you buy Apple product, how ethical is that? You buy iPhone, is it ethical?
I mean, if you're talking about like the kids farming the lithium and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And
I mean, is anything you buy ethical at this point?
Exactly.
If you think of it like that, that's why I say like either you buy it or someone else is going to buy it.
Because we were talking about that with TikTok Shop, right?
Yeah.
What did you say? Gunner bought a hoodie for $11 or something?
I mean, yeah, I bought I've never bought anything on TikTok Shop, and then I was scrolling through, I saw some of those. No free promo. Some of those golf balls, like when you hit, it's like pop really loud, and like they're kind of prank your friends, or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like $10. I was like, oh, that'd be something good to give my brother.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not watching this. And so I got
after Christmas.
Yeah. So I got on there and they're like $10, and I was like, oh, with shipping it's like $16. I know how shipping always works on these online things.
Yeah.
Free shipping. I'm like, where do they get you? Like, where's like checkout done?
Pay the money.
Confirmation email. I'm like, where do they get me? Like, they just don't get you. So I'm like, what? And then I told Gunner that, one of my friends, and he's like, I got one of my hoodies off there. He's like, it's my favorite hoodie. It cost me like $14, no shipping. And I'm like where's this? Where are they profiting? Like,
where's the money coming from?
Yeah, and that's when you brought up. You're like, well, it's probably the kids in China that are getting no paid labor, just sitting there working. And so then you were kind of like you weren't giving me crap, but you were kind of like giving me crap for using TikTok Shop because of that. And I was like, I mean, what about iPhones? So I was like, those kids are farming lithium that are getting paid in Africa or wherever they are. Like, so I mean, but what can you buy that I mean, there's some things that like are made in Texas or something like.
Yeah,
like
that are more,
trucks.
but they're going to be expensive.
Yeah,
you're going to just pay the price.
Yeah,
and so then it comes down to with capitalism, like there's going to be some sunk cost where you just cut your losses and keep on moving. Yeah. And when you make as much money as Elon makes, as much as his companies make, like yeah, there's going to be some people you got to offload.
Yeah.
And you just keep on moving down the road. Like, that's how life works. And nowadays, like, how many, like, Elon, with the amount of money that he has, in the amount, like, he's trying, like, genuinely, I think he's saving the world, right? I think he's on the path to do that. But that doesn't mean that, you know, a few lives don't need to be sacrificed in order to save the world. Right? Like, I think that's a prerequisite to making in the billions. If you want to make billions of dollars, there's got to be a few lives sacrificed.
I don't think that's necessarily
It is,
true.
dude. It is. It starts to get, because people want money, right? Because money is power. And power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Thus, the more money you have, the more power you have, people want to take that. And so they'll go through things in order to take that.
I mean, yes and no. Like, how you're wording it makes it sound like Elon Musk walked into a place and they're like, all right, if you want to be a billionaire,
That's not what I'm saying.
come to this pedestal and take this kid out.
That's not what I'm saying.
Like maybe, so like Mr. Beast, he'll be a billionaire, I'm sure.
Okay.
Like, what lives are being sacrificed from that? Maybe like you could say, well, he buys all his employees iPhones, so those iPhones go back to the kids' farm. Like, that's super indirect. I wouldn't count that as, for him to be a billionaire, those lives are lost.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, has Elon Musk pulled a trigger and immediately taken a life? I don't.
Or
know.
known, like, even like I'm thinking about like just Mr. Beast. Like, when he becomes a billionaire, like who, like,
he's not one yet.
Yeah, like, who do you think he could possibly like hurt that's going to improve his business, or not hurt, but take advantage of, I guess.
And it may not be like.
I just don't think, because you said like every billion. I don't think it's ever. I bet a lot of them.
Well, okay. Here's another thing: is money is becoming more inflated. So, like, it used to be every millionaire, right? Now it's every billionaire. So I'm not gonna say like in the next 50 years, if you're a billionaire, then you had to have.
I just hardly ever like using the word every or all, because I don't think it's usually the case.
It's not. Okay, I understand. But when I say that kind of stuff, it is definitely a polarizing point, right? Where all billionaires have to accept some form of sacrifice in order to become that billionaire, right? In the means of a life, right?
That's what disagree comes
That's
from.
what I'm saying.
I'm with you on they got to sacrifice something, but it's a human life. Is
A
what you're
human
losing.
life. Dude, okay, so for instance, in Mr. Beast's case, right? Mm-hmm. When you touch and impact that many people, right? He was just in wells in Africa or something, right?
Yeah.
So he built these wells, right? So now these African tribes are dependent on that well for water. What if one of them they built wrong and it blows up or whatever? Like it fails.
They're back to how they were before you helped them.
No, because they were dependent on it. Before they helped them, they were doing that other thing.
What other thing?
The other thing to get water.
Then they're going to go back to doing that other thing.
No, because it's not there anymore because they stopped.
Oh, it's
Because
just
they had
gone,
the
it's
wells.
vanished?
They had the wells, and so they stopped doing
That's
it.
not, no.
Or the wells made them have an influx of population, whatever it is.
So you're saying he did them a disservice by giving them water wells?
No, I'm saying that he could kill people by giving water wells by saving the lives of the
That's
people.
so wrong. No. I refuse to agree with that.
There could be lives lost. Dude,
Yeah, there could be. There very well could be. That's like saying,
you're asking me. You're not asking me what has happened. I mean, he's not a billionaire yet.
so
I
you're
don't
saying
know
for
what
Elon,
happens.
like, if you think somebody dies in a Tesla crash, are you saying that's a life sacrifice for him becoming a billionaire?
No.
Then
that's
that
not
go
what I'm
then,
saying.
then that's the same thing with Mr. Beast building the water wells. If they fail and break and somebody dies, the same thing as
Okay,
a
it's
Tesla
bad
crash.
example. It's a bad example.
Thank you.
It's a bad example.
I love winning. I just love it.
It was a bad example, all right? I'm on the spot, dude. You're trying to make me figure out Mr. Beast is one of the most nicest people on earth.
You put yourself on the
he's
spot
a
by saying
billionaire.
every billionaire sacrifices humans.
There is some... Okay. It may not... Like, so once again, when I say that, I'm not talking about Elon Musk goes and pulls a trigger, right? I'm not talking about that. But he does know that there are some lives lost in the lithium mines, but those mines are better off. Like, those people are better off with those mines because now they make money. Before, they would just, like, Elon didn't touch them, then there would just be 10 of them that just perish every day.
I'll let Elon touch me.
Now there's 2 of them that perish every day, which, yeah, because they go to the mines and now, you know, they get fights, whatever happens, right? But instead of 10 lives lost, now there's only 2. But those 2 are still on Elon's conscience in his head, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying when I talk about that. How many has YoungLA caused? I don't know. So only time will tell. They're not a billion. Oh, actually, I think they are a $1 billion company. Pretty sure.
I couldn't.
They have to be, yeah. Oh wait, I don't know. Yeah, I bet company wise, but individually wise, that's more of the realms that I was talking about. But
Elon's murder. That's the title.
That's it. I don't know. Everyone's gonna be flaming on this one.
Not flaming me. Y'all heard what I said.
It's because I don't have enough time to explain the rest of it, dude. It's like I gotta wrap the podcast up, so we're just gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you watching, joining, viewing. As always, go let the guy with the beard know.
One of those comments like, the guy with the beard knows what he's talking about, but this other guys. I like that comment. I gave it a like. Appreciate the feedback.
Go let him know how awesome he is, how much I suck. You let us know in the comment section below. We'd love to hear it. Every Monday and Friday, we're going to be here and continue to be here. So hit that subscribe button, guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace.